and thank you for joining this press conference. The NBI is proud to present to you a very significant accomplishment of our Cybercrime Division under Attorney Jeremy Lotong. For the opening statement, our beloved Director, Judge Jaime B. Santiago, sir.
Good morning again, mga kasama. Alam nyo, because of the pronouncement of the President that the POGO is already banned, di ba? Effective immediately. Hanap na sila ng ways and means para maitago yung mga pera nila. Maitago yung pera, mailabas sa bansa, by phishing, smishing, phishing, baiting, pretexting, whaling, and the likes. Mga crime, cybercrime terminologies yun. Okay. So, we were able to arrest the two na nagkukumit ng fraud na yun through sa bank ATM, yung mga ganyan. Nahuli natin dalawa. Later, after the arrest, may dumating na 5. Ina-arbor yung dalawa, kung pwedeng ma-arbor. Alright. May dala na 1.5 M. So, my men called me up. I was then in Baguio City. Called me up, sir, merong dumating dito, 5, nakikiusap na mapakawalan yung dalawa, offering 1.5 M. Ayan. Okay. So, hindi naman kaplastikan sa inyo, hindi nagmamalinis. I ordered them, arrest them, charge them for corrupting a public official. So, naging 7. We were able to seize doon sa car na ginamit nila. Siyempre, inaresto na sila as an incident to a lawful arrest. Sinerch ang kotse. Nakakita kami ng ilang baril plus smoke grenade. Arestado sila. So, yun ang mga kaso nila. So, about the operation proper, my chief of cybercrime will explain to you kung meron kayong mga tanong. Okay. Yeah.
Gaano katagal nila nako-operation ginagawa nila ang masasamang gawain?
Yeah, good morning po sa lahat. First of all, we have a case here involving TOC. TOC means Transnational Organized Crime Group, engaged in massive credit card fraud globally. Actually, ito since pre-pandemic hanggang ngayon, ang dami yung biktima na lumalapit sa Cybercrime Division. Victims ng phishing, victims ng phishing, smishing, quishing, etc. It's a form of social engineering. Now, ang methodology nito, yung operation nila dito sa Pilipinas, pero yung targeted victims nila outside of the Philippines mostly, European countries, Canada, etc. Ang ginagawa nila to collate these credit card credentials is either through spoofing ng websites, data breaches. Maalala nyo, maraming na-breach ng mga bangko sa Europe. So, yung mga credentials na yun sa iPhone nila, it's either dark web sale. Ibig sabihin, nagbebentahan sa dark web ng credit card credentials. Or, tinatawag namin carding forums. Carding forums, ito yung unregulated online platform na kung saan yung fraudsters at criminals buy and sell credit card credentials doon. So, gumagamit sila ng encrypted communication to avoid detection from law enforcement. So, ganun ho sila ka-organize. Ngayon, yung storage nila, in view of the evolution ng technology, gumagamit na sila ng digital wallet. Now, since through digital wallet, to encash yung kanilang mga nakuha, yung process nila, kailangan nila ng POS o point of sale device. So, yung grupo na to, nag-offer dito sa Pilipinas. But, in order to encash o makuha nila yung kanilang, yung pera ng kanilang mga nabiktima, kailangan nila ng money mule or mule accounts dito sa Pinas. Ang usapan, 20% doon sa may-ari ng POS, 80% sa grupo. So kung meron silang 10 million transaction, 2 million sa owner ng POS, 8 million sa sindikato. Ginagawa nila to avoid tracking and detection from NEA, considering nga naman na yung biktima nasa Europe, pero yung operation nasa Pilipinas. So we were able to intercept yung kanilang engagement, yung kanilang transaction, and fortunately we were able to arrest them in flagrante delicto while doing the crime itself.
So sa upon investigation, lahat ng pitong to ay part ng transnational, so itong talagang credit card fraud.
So, ano?
Good morning. Well, we suppose na lahat yung pito magkakasama ito kasi initially yung dalawang nahuli namin sa Makapagal is parang tumatayo dito na parang big boss ng grupo is itong isang nakaputi. And so the rest na 5 na sumunod is they were to the rescue after nang nahuli yung boss nila. Thank you.
Yeah, gaya ho ng sinabi ng aming director. Before kasi, bago pa nag-pronounce yung presidente, yung mga POGO operations kasi, since corporation sila, ina-allow sila ng BSP to possess yung mga POS machines o POS devices. So in terms of ini-encash na nila yung proceeds from criminal activity, hindi na sila nahihirapan kasi in the guise of POGO operations, doon na nila may encash ngayon yung mga proceeds na yun. But since after nung pronouncement, it seems na hindi na nila nagagawa yon. I think mukhang tinigil na yata ng BSP yung allowance na yon. So they need to get POS from other parties in interest. That's the reason why nag-offer sila ng 20%. Kung sino man makakapag-provide ng POS, 20% sa lahat ng kanilang makukuha. So yung ating mga ahente, nag-assume na kunyari sila yung may-ari ng POS. Then nagpag-meet sa kanila, doon ho nangyari yung transaction.
Alam nyo, yan ang isang product ng aming cyber patrolling. Sabi ko sa inyo, nung una tayong mag-meet, nung una akong umupo, we will enhance our cybercrime capability. Ito na po, nagbubunga na po. We will be proactive, we will be monitoring yung ating cyber. Kaya, ayun, tumutupad naman sa aking sinabi ang aking cybercrime unit. At ito na po, kita nyo, sunod-sunod ng ating operation against cybercrime. Now,
For this case, sir, magkano yung pera na gusto nilang i-refund?
Good morning, everyone. So, before we started this operation, nagkaroon muna kami ng conversations with this Chinese guy during the meetup. So, ang sinasabi nila, they could produce as much as 1,000 credit cards a day and it would be transferred to different cell phones. Sa isang iPhone wallet, we could put at least a maximum of 10 credit cards. At accordingly, itong mga credit cards to unlimited swipe to. So, it depends kung ano yung capacity ng POS machine. Ang mangyayari na nga lang dito, dahil syempre natatrack ng bangko itong mga transactions na pumapasok sa POS machine, there is a possibility na itong mga may-ari ng POS machine, plug sila dahil sa money laundering. So, it depends kung ano yan, kung gaano ka lakas ang loob ng may-ari ng POS machine. Doon tayo nagdedepende kung gaano kalaki yung pera na pwedeng pumasok.
Pero for this case, nag-along na ako ito malaki pumasok.
For this case, tinest natin kung totoo yung sinasabi nila, yung veracity ng information, at kung gumagana yung mga dala-dala ng credit card na nasa loob ng phone nila. So, for this case, in-entrap natin sila, nag-test lang tayo ng 500 pesos dahil hindi naman natin pwedeng gawin yon dun sa legitimate na may-ari ng POS machine, magpasok tayo ng malaking halaga. Baka masilip ng bangko. Cooperative lang naman sa atin yung may-ari ng POS machine.
Yeah, surprisingly, after the arrest, yun nga, nag-offer ito ng 1.5 for the release at saka to avoid any criminal charges. And then, lo and behold, nung hinuli namin yung 5, sa isang sasakyan, nakita ho namin ito. As you can see it, meron ho ditong smoke grenade which is military grade. Meron hong dalawang 9mm at meron hong isang 45 caliber. So medyo alarming in the sense na paano sila naka-acquire ng mga ganitong high-grade weapon. That's why meron kaming ongoing investigation kung ano mga sources nito, sino yung contact nila sa loob, kung meron man. Nang sa ko yun, makita namin yung buong picture ho sa operation nila. Yeah. Actually, nag-submit na kami sa PNP, sa FAO nila. And then we are asking certification from these weapons.
Anong case yung sinasasama dito?
Ayan. Ano yung mga case na?
Yeah, first, we have Republic Act 11449. This is the amended RA 8484, particularly Section 3. And then Article 212 of the Revised Penal Code, Corruption of Public Officials. And then yung Comprehensive Firearm and Ammunition Act, which is RA 10591.
May babala po ba tayo dun? I'm sure kasi hindi lang naman kayo siguro na-monitor ninyo na offer sila sa ibang mga POS holders. May babala po ba kayo sa kanila na makakapagamit sila? Kasi lalo na ngayon maraming tayo.
Yes po, definitely. Magdadamay po sila pag magpagamit sila. At pag na-identify mo namin, it's either uhulihin namin pag they are in the act of committing those crimes, or pakailan namin sila ng kaso through direct filing process po namin.
So in addition pala dun sa paggamit ng POS machine natin, we have been receiving reports sa Cybercrime Division na merong mga tao na gumagamit itong kanilang cellphone for purchase ng merchandise, pagkain sa restaurant and grocery. And they are reporting na itong mga amounts na pumapasok sa POS nila hindi nakikredit. Dahil dito sa POS machine, it needs at least 2 days para ma-clear. So yung mga Chinese dito, we are suspecting na sila ito yung mga gumagamit itong mga card na to for their day-to-day purchases.
So may mga instances pa ba tayong possible na kasama pa ng
No, we didn't want to preempt our ongoing investigation, ma'am, but definitely continue so itong effort namin.
In other words, parang yung grupo ito, ginagawa nila yung parang continue makapag-stab despite the ban of photo.
Parang gano'n. Yes. At they are now in a hurry dahil banang ang pugo no? They are now in a hurry. Ma-transfer, malipat yung mga kanilang pera.
Yung mga nahuli natin mostly foreigner.
Yes, Chinese sila lahat. Chinese sila. Okay.
Ba dapat ang monitor dito ng mga anak kapag meron din ito although hindi kayo yung agency na dapat na tinatanggap.
Yes, actually, meron tayo pagka more than 500,000 or more ang transaction mo, that is reported to AMLAC. No? Kaya, alam nyo, mayuyutak sila, mabababa lang ang pasok ng pasok na hindi ma-monitor ng AMLAC.
Vice mo naman.
Yeah, oo, pa-ismondis mo naman, huwag aabot ng 500,000.
Are you working this at all?
Yun yung bine-verify namin ngayon. Nag-issue na rin kami ng official correspondence sa ating pertinent agency. But, nag-ask kami kung meron silang passport. So far, wala pa sila napuproduce.
So,
Okay lang.
yeah. Ano pa?
After ito, yung planning na binigay niyo, yung Senator Estrada, na 2 weeks daw dapat ma-arrest to si...
Alam nyo, even without the warning of the good senator, the Bureau have been continuously following it up. No, magugulat kayo kung yung aming cyber capabilities, kung matrace namin siya, ipresenta namin sa inyo agad. Okay, but hindi po kami humihinto sa pag-monitor kung sa whereabouts ni Alice, ni Mayor Alice. Opo. So far, inaano nga namin, pero maano na yung operation namin, matatraend na yung operation namin. But she's sending apologies to the Senate, naglalabas siya ng mga ano niya sa TikTok, no? We're trying to work on it. Tama na, mapepreba ang aming operation.
Would you rather, sir, na sumuko na lang sila o para sa kagilatin sa agad? Pero pumunta dito sa
Yes, if nakikinig si Mayor Alice, no, wala namang problema na hindi na solved. Pwede siyang makipag-usap sumuko siya sa Senate, umattend siya ng hearing. Lahat yan maayos kung may maganda siyang paliwanag, di ba? Hindi naman porket na, remember, wala pang charges against her. What we have is Senate warrant because of her non-attendance, contempt. Wala pa siyang charges. So, kung ako si Mayor Alice, makipag-ugnayan ka na sa Senate nang matapos na itong usapin na ito.
Nung party sa FDX, wala siyang failure na gusto niyang lumapit sa inyo.
Wala pa. Sana ito ngayon sa pakiusap ko, naririnig ni Mayor Alice, hindi siya madidihado pagka sa akin siya sumuko.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Our friends from the media till the next press conference.
Thank you.